The company that created the AI drones, these are like self-piloting drones that are over Gaza, are now surveilling American cities. Basically, these drones were tested over a genocide and are now being used on American cities. AI-powered quadcopter drones used by the IDF to commit genocide in Gaza are flying over American cities, surveilling protesters, and automatically uploading millions of images to an evidence database. The drones are made by a company called Skydio, which in the last few years has gone from relative obscurity to quietly becoming a multi-billion-dollar company and the largest drone manufacturer in the United States. The company has contracts with more than 800 law enforcement and security agencies across the country, and up from 320. It's up from 320 this March of last year. So it's gone from 320 law enforcement agencies to 800. Their drones are being launched hundreds of times a day in American towns and cities. Skydio has extensive links with Israel. Looks like Skydio is involved in Genocidio. In the first weeks of the genocide, the California-based company sent more than 100 drones to the IDF with promises of more to come. How many more were delivered since that admission is unknown. Skydio has an office in Israel and partners with Defense Sync, a local military drone contractor operating as the middleman between drone manufacturers and the IDF. Skydio has also raised hundreds of millions of dollars from Israeli-American venture capitalists and from venture capital funds with extensive investments in Israel. This genocide is being used to create equipment that is then brought home to the United States. Create equipment and techniques to track and tear up the rights of Americans, arrest and oppress Americans. So it's not just Gaza. It's also, this shit's used against the United States. According to our research, almost every large American city has signed a contract with Skydio in the last 18 months, including Boston, Chicago, Philadelphia, San Diego, Cleveland, Jacksonville. Skydio drones were recently used by city police departments to gather information at the No Kings protests. Oh, really? They found out where all the liberals were? They were also used by Yale to spy on the anti-genocide protest camp set up by students at the university last year. In Atlanta, the company has partnered with the Atlanta Police Foundation. You remember how horrific Atlanta police are, the Cop City shit. They, murdered and arrested protesters who were trying to stop Cop City from being built. Partner with APF, Police Foundation, to install a permanent drone station within the massive new Atlanta Public Safety Training Center. That's Cop City. Detroit recently spent nearly $300,000 on 14 Skydio drones, according to a city procurement report. Last month, ICE bought a Skydio drone, which automatically tracks and pursues a target. U.S. Customs and Border Protection has bought 33 of the same drones since July. Also, can I point out how far we've come since the days when Americans were furious when there were drones overhead? Do you remember that? It wasn't that long ago. I think it was still even under the first Trump administration. When Americans found out there were drones over their heads, they were angry. They said, this isn't fair. This is an invasion of privacy. Now we're all just like, yeah, fucking sure. Let the cops, let ICE use drones. Yeah, anybody can use drones. Anybody can be flying over my head watching me. Sure, why not? First time there was a drone being used in American skies by law enforcement, they said it was to capture, I believe, a pedophile or a child kidnapper or something. And that was what they did to get you to be like, okay, sure, you can use drones over our heads as long as it's only for the pedos. There's only, right? That's all you're going to use it for. And at the time, there were certain people, who said, I bet they don't only use this for pedos. I bet this is kind of like a test balloon. It's a test drone to see if they can get away with more and more drone usage over our heads. And people said, that's crazy. These are just pedophile drones. That's all they're used for. These are just kidnapper drones. These just get the bad guys. And now, fast forward, I don't know what, 10, 15 years, here we are going, oh, sure, every police department, drones over our head. The AI system behind Skydio drones is powered by NVIDIA chips, now the biggest company in the world, right? NVIDIA, and enables their operation without a human user. The drones have thermal imaging cameras and can operate in places where GPS doesn't work, so-called GPS denied environments. I was thinking, if they really wanted us to be fine with all these drones overhead, they should just have like, it wouldn't even take that much. It could be like 1 out of 1,000 of these things delivers free beer to people. Like, that's all it would take. If you see a Skydio drone, you'd be like, is it the beer one? Is it free beer? Is it free beer? So for those of you who've been to a protest recently, you might have noticed that a lot of the times when the cops want to, they shut off your phones, they shut off your GPS. I've seen this at many protests. It goes back many years. They've had this capability. They'll just jam the phones so that you can't upload video, etc. Well, these drones apparently can operate in GPS denied environments. A spokesman recently told a drone news website that the NYPD launched more than 20,000 drone flights in less than a year, which would mean drones are being launched around the city 55 times a day. 55 times a day. A city report last year said the NYPD at that time was operating 41 Skydio drones. Wonder if Mom Donnie's going to do anything about Skydio drones. An FAA waiver issued this month opened the floodgates for these drones, allowing police and security agencies to operate drones beyond a visual line of sight and over large crowds of people. Skydio's docking platform hardware allows these things to land at docking stations throughout your city so that they don't actually have to come from a police department. They could come from the top of a building somewhere you don't even know. And that's where they dock and deliver their information back to the police. I mean, it is full level surveillance. We're quickly getting to full level surveillance where you couldn't do shit. You can't even go buy your goddamn drugs in the alley anymore. They're gonna know. What kind of bullshit is that, assholes?